welcome back to Select Start. I'm Dio.
And I'm Jay.
And we are continuing down the list of games of 2016. A game that I think deserves a lot of mention is Day of the Tentacle Remastered. Brings me back to the old Maniac Mansion days of adventure gaming. You know, similar to Monkey Island in terms of gameplay, you know. So, really glad I got it remastered. Looks amazing. And I think it's actually the free game of the month for PS4 this month. So, highly recommend everyone get it when it comes out if you have a PS4. If not, go out and buy it. Really, really fun game. The puzzles, like they were back in the 80s, are obviously very crazy. Like, so you're going to be like, what? I have to rub this on that to do this? Like, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Type puzzle solutions, but that's what made the game fun and gave it a sense of humor. Another thing, Myst was the game I was thinking of when I was trying to describe what The Witness reminded me of. In terms of exploring an island and solving puzzles, it was Myst. I know people probably already left messages on the website, on our YouTube page, but just needed to get that out there. Let's see. Killer Instinct Season 3 came out for the Xbox. You got Killer Instinct. I think you got Seasons 1 and 2, right?
Yeah, and now they're giving out, well, they're on a rotating trial of each new player in Season 3.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to try out Tusk, which was one of the new characters from Season 3, and lots of fun. Killer Instinct is doing pretty good.
Well, look, it's a really good cash cow, but that's what turns me off about the game.
Yeah.
The fact that it is a cash cow. And what I mean by that is, similar to Street Fighter, I don't like it when games come out partially complete.
Yeah.
I do not like the idea of paying, in this case, for 3 seasons worth of characters. Like, why weren't these characters in the game originally?
Exactly. I paid already $120.
And that's just it. You know what I mean?
For
like
2 seasons.
I can't. Like, I imagine, like, what if I bought this game when it came out in Season 1? You know what I mean? What's the point of buying a quote-unquote definitive edition now if you're just going to release more characters later? And that's not to discourage the practice of DLC characters. I mean, in the right format it could work, but there's just something about the fact that this game has been doing it for so long and so regularly, so piecemeal, turns me off to it.
Yeah.
But the game itself is amazing.
It's very understandable too.
Let's see here. You know what else came out this year? The Walking Dead Michonne, the Telltale series.
Yeah.
It's the first one that I wasn't interested in. And it's not to say that the game itself is subpar. I mean, it is the Walking Dead game. You're getting exactly what you would expect. The problem that I had is that it's trying to fill in between seasons 2, it's not seasons 2, sorry, the last couple seasons of The Walking Dead, the TV show.
Yeah.
Like what happened to Michonne, what she did when she left Rick's group type thing, what's different between when she got separated in the comics. Like, so it sounds interesting on the surface. The problem is, you know that Michonne's okay, because eventually she gets back together with the rest of the group. So a level of tension is gone that I think the other games and the latest season, Season 3, makes more interesting.
That's right.
Let's see. Let's keep going down the list. We got Sleeping Dogs, the definitive edition for Mac, so finally Mac users can play that game. I never understood that, man. Like, Mac should be able to just play games at the same time as PC. It doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
It's another port, right? They have a different operating system. It doesn't make a lot of sense. They have to change everything to the format of battle.
Let's see. Enter the Gungeon came out this year.
The Gungeon?
Twins. Is it a twin stick shooter? I'm trying to think what's the best way to. Yeah, it's a twin stick shooter.
Okay.
In the same style as, let's say, Castle Crashers, in a way.
Okay, like Spartan Assault?
Yeah. break, and I'm really happy I bought it. Simply because I think it pulled off what it was trying to do. Now, is it the most polished game in the world? I will say no. I would give it a solid, let's say, 8.5, not 8.5, 7.5 to 8 out of 5. Out of 10. God, I'm stumbling over my words today. But a good 8.5 out of 5. At this point, I would probably rate it an 8. If only because it doesn't suffer the same way that The Division did. It doesn't suffer in the same way that Mafia 3 did. It didn't try to make it too big for its own britches. The levels were short. It was a quick game. The powers were cool. I liked using them in different combinations. And it played really well. Again, did it control the greatest? Not necessarily, but it didn't necessarily have to. That's not what it was trying to do. Because what I found cool was also the fact that it married it with, quote-unquote, a TV show. When you were connected, which you needed to be to play the game, it would stream after you played like the first chapter and made a crucial decision. It played a 30-minute TV show showing you like the consequences, the same actor, Sean Asmore, the same characters, the same representation of the powers and what was going on in that universe. So I thought that was a cool enough gimmick that, yes, gameplay-wise, it was very short, but from a story perspective, I enjoyed the story a lot. I liked the acting. I liked the presentation of it all. So I think it gets a lot of, not necessarily bad reviews, but I don't think it gets the credit that it deserves when people talk about good games that came out this year. Like I said, I would rate it a solid 8 out of 5, 8 out of 10. I would recommend buying it at full price. Definitely not, but you could find it now for like what, $30 Canadian?
Sounds reasonable
And
for a game of that length.
and you're gonna have fun. You really are. Even if you just play through the game to see the different versions of the TV show, it's still interesting. And there is a bit of replay value there, and like I said, the powers were fun enough that I enjoyed playing it. Let's see here. Big hit. Dark Souls 3 came out.
Yeah.
I do not like punishing games like Dark Souls 3, but I love watching people play it, if that makes sense. Same way that I enjoyed watching people play Super Hot, but I wouldn't be able to play it myself. This is the type of game that I enjoy watching people that are good at it play. I like watching people that are bad at it play. I know I'm bad at it. And it's just going to frustrate me to the point that I'm going to break a controller. And as they say, get good. But great game. Like, I can't deny it. Here's a great game that I think gets buried in a lot of conversations. Ratchet and Clank for PS4, the 2016 game of the movie of the game. The original game basically got remade into a movie, which I'm not a big fan of, I'll be honest. But the game that came out this year was fantastic. It took everything that you loved about Ratchet and Clank and really did it justice. Like, I am hoping for another Ratchet and Clank game, and I'm hoping they don't try to tie it into a movie. Let's see here. Going down the list, we have Speedrunners. Fun party game. You can't play it. You get some sort of weird sort of motion sickness because of the shrinking screen.
Yeah.
But super fun party game. I recommend it. Let's see. Banner Saga 2. Great game. Star Fox Zero for the Wii U.
I heard bad things about it.
Yeah. The control scheme I heard is what kills the game. And I don't know, some people complained that there was a quote-unquote super easy baby mode.
Where you have to rely on that stupid...
No. The baby mode is literally you can't lose.
Oh, okay.
Like, it basically turns the difficulty to 0. So you can't lose. But is that necessarily a bad thing? I'm going to say no, only because no one's forcing you to play at that level. But if you have like a little kid at home, you know what I mean?
Who's watching you play, of course.
Who's watching you play and he's like, Daddy, let me play, or you know what I mean? You can hand him the Wii U and he can play and have fun and not worry about dying. And,
But what I
like,
heard
like
was...
so for little kids, I get it, but no one's forcing people to play on Super Baby mode. You know what I mean? So I don't see that as a negative. Every game isn't supposed to be Dark Souls.
Exactly. But what I heard that killed the game is mostly that you have to rely on the Wii
Yeah,
screen.
the motion controls are garbage. Like, just think about it logically now. Get the screen, your big screen now, to see what's going on around you, but you can't shoot because your target is in the little screen. So every time you want to shoot something, you have to look down away from your screen that's controlling where your ship's going to move another screen in a different direction to shoot at a vehicle that's flying by. So it's like splitting your attention constantly
Everywhere.
between that and the goddamn chicken mode. The godforsaken chicken walker that they put in this game. Like, I'm not surprised that it failed. I really am not. Like, innovating for the sake of innovation shouldn't be what games are about.
Yeah.
Next up on the list is a game that we actually played. King's Quest Chapter 3 came out in 2016.
I loved it.
Chapter 3 especially, Once Upon a Climb, when you're courting your future wife and retelling King's Quest 2, you know what I mean, was just amazing to me. The amount of detail, the love and care, the references that they throw back, realizing, and this is what had happened for me, realizing that Manny, the goblin, was really Mananin from the King's Quest series, originally the evil wizard, and the human that was raised as a troll was Mordak. Sorry. Realizing that the princess you didn't pick gets that ice on her arm, implying heavily that she's the Ice Queen. Like, whoever you don't choose ends up being the Ice Queen. Like, all of that little attention to detail for fans of the original King's Quest series is just like icing on an already delicious cake. Because the Odd Gentleman did an amazing job with the King's Quest series, and we will eventually get back to playing Chapter 4. It's the one chapter I gotta say is the least fun to play, only because it relies heavy on puzzles. But still, super fun game, really charming. And you know what? We'll pick up this next time on Select Start with some more games. What do you think?
Yeah, for sure. See you then.